Hey everybody, it's Ben, and I'm back once again with another video for you guys. Today I'll be reviewing Magneto, issue number 1. The series is written by Cullen Bunn, illustrated by Gabriel Hernandez Walter, and coloured by Jordie Bellaire, and is published by Marvel Comics as part of their all-new Marvel Now initiative. So our story starts out, and we have a shopkeeper being interviewed by the authorities regarding an incident which happened earlier in the day. And I have to say right off the bat, Gabriel Hernandez's artwork and Jordie Bellaire's fantastic colouring really managed to convey just genuine, very human emotion, especially in this first initial scene of the shopkeeper basically recounting the events which happened earlier in the day, where you have a doctor being confronted by Magneto, and basically what Magneto does is he, with a snap of his fingers, removes all of the fillings on the doctor's mouth and then replaces them with something else. And as I said, this scene just really conveys the fear and emotion and the sheer shock of what happened on the shopkeeper's face. And as you can see, this is what happens when somebody commits heinous crimes against mutants, especially in Magneto's eyes. He has replaced the filings in the doctor's mouth. He's literally driven a stop sign through the doctor's mouth right to the back of his head, subsequently killing him. And there's another really great scene with Magneto in his motel room, especially in his inner monologue, where he's talking about the fact that he's been known by many names. For example, Erik, Lehnsherr, Magnus, Magneto, and each of them has their own sins and their own crimes attached to them. And he acknowledges the fact that he has done a lot of bad stuff in his life, and one day he will answer for these crimes, but not today. And for him, basically, the ends justify the means, in the respect that the reason why he does the things he does is to safeguard the well-being of the other members of his race and for all mutants in general. And as I said, here's a really great flashback of that meeting between Magneto and the Doctor, basically confronting him over the fact that he's committed heinous crimes against mutants, especially with his work with anti-mutant organizations such as the Purifiers and the Friends of Humanity. And if I had to liken this scene to anything, it would be a very similar scene from X-Men First Class, with Michael Fassbender as Erik Lehnsherr or Magneto, which that film is definitely my favorite of the X-Men films. And Michael Fassbender's performance as Magneto, as well as James McAvoy's as Charles Xavier, were absolutely brilliant and just awesome in my honest opinion. So, if you remember the scene where Magneto confronts the Nazis in the bar in Argentina in First Class, as he's searching for Sebastian Shaw, it's the scene where one of the Nazis asks him, "Who or what are you?" and Magneto or Erik replies to him, "Let's just say I'm Frankenstein's monster and I'm looking for my creator." So it's a very similar scene, akin to that, in the confrontation between Magneto and the Doctor in this issue. And at the same time, you have Magneto basically being limited on his resources, but at the same time still managing to go about trying to protect all mutants, like I said. And again, during a parallel between this and X-Men First Class, you see Magneto basically operating a map and newspaper clippings, basically dotting all the dots, if you will, and making a connection between all of these incidents, much like Erik Lehnsherr did in his own hotel room as he searches for Sebastian Shaw. And you see this kind of web of intrigue on his hotel room. So yeah, it's again drawing a parallel between that and First Class. And there's another great scene where Magneto basically says that he knows that others are after him, specifically S.H.I.E.L.D., but he's seen a lot of horror and a lot of terror in his life, and he knows that he's seen enough of it to know the difference between a ruse and something that is genuine, which again, this just basically amplifies the fact that Magneto is a guy that you do not want to mess with in any way, shape or form. As well as the scenes that I'll show you in a minute. There's another really awesome scene of Magneto having to enter a police precinct or a police station, and basically as he walks into the lobby or the reception, if you will, he's basically locating everything that's made of metal, as you can see from the artwork by Gabriel Walter and Jordi Belair's colouring. He's highlighting everything that's made of metal and everything that he can use. And then there's another really awesome scene and a great one-page spread of Magneto literally taking control of all this metal and basically dispatching of the police officers that stand in his way between him and his target. And you can actually see from the Jordi Belair's colouring, you can actually see some of the blood on some of the bullets which Magneto is taking command of, if you will, as they basically as they find their targets. And then there's another awesome scene where Magneto uses the same metal to basically construct himself a helmet. And I have to say, the all black with faint white outlines look of his new uniform looks really, really cool. Almost as cool, if not a little bit cooler, than the traditional red outfit with the purple cape. And there's another really great scene, as I said at the start of the issue, with Gabriel Walter and Jordi Belair really managing to convey genuine human emotion, especially with the fear that is prevalent on this murderer's face when he's confronted by Magneto, as well as another fateful scene at the end of the issue, which I'm not going to spoil, but you really see the regret and the just the wastefulness of what Magneto had to do at the end of this issue. But he then vows to basically find the perpetrators, which put this guy out to what he's done. But at the same time, he also vows vengeance for all of the victims at the end of the issue, which segues really nicely for the next issue, in issue 2. But yeah, Cullen Bunn's writing and storytelling is fantastic, coupled with Gabriel Walter's really good artwork and Jordi Belair's fantastic colouring. If you're a fan of Cullen Bunn, if you're a fan of Gabriel Walter, if you're a fan of Jordi Belair, if you're a fan of Magneto, or if you're a fan of Marvel Comics, or as I said, if you really enjoyed the scene of X-Men First Class where Magneto confronts the Nazis in the bar in Argentina, and you wanted that scene, or that scene made into a premise and then put into comic book format, then this is basically the series for you. And finally, this is a really great original series cover by Paulo Rivera, with the barbed wire literally making up the helmet for Magneto. But yeah, this is a great first issue, and this is also going on my pull list, along with Moon Knight issue number 1 as well, or from issue 1 I should say. But yeah, really great first issue, and I'm definitely on board for issue 2. Thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Didn't like it, thumbs it down. But as I always say, if a thumbs down the video, by all means, please feel free to tell me why in the comments below, or send me a private message. And if it's your first time here, by all means, please feel free to subscribe. And until next time, this is Gambit896 signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys.